to the collective awareness regarding this thing that we all are part of called life. The human experience that we're having and our life and how our life is being put together, and the story of our life and everything, our incarnations, our reincarnations, so on and so forth. I have gathered a very simple concept of how to approach life. I feel that could be very helpful and useful and effective for so many. And this has been helping me as well. If you approach life like you approach a video game, you know that childlike excitement and mystique and mysteriousness of like venturing and adventuring into the unknown, exploring unknown territories, you know, seeing how your life advance and develop and evolve level to level, as if you are really playing a real life video game. So if you approach life in a childlike innocence, but with like excitement and just wonder, you know, and passion and enthusiasm, I feel like the universe will respond in a way to really just wow you and blow your mind and, you know, co-create with you and help bring your manifestations with ease. Because I'm observing a lot of other people in their journey, and I learn a lot from others. I love to learn a lot from others. I'm not one of those types that sit by and, you know, complain and whine and cry. Not saying that I never have. I mean, I have, but it wasn't for too long. But I observe and I love to learn from others. I love to, because I'm aware that I'm in this life experience, and it is very much like a video game. When you think about how a video game is how it's constructed, you know, especially those games where there's like a story, there's characters, you know, there's levels, and, you know, all these worlds and things. Like, life is very much like a video game, and those that are winning and advancing the game level to level and have figured it out, they're thriving and they got it and they're getting it. And this is what I have observed, and I'm like, yo, this is, you know, this is game changing, pun intended. So even on your spiritual journey, because your spiritual journey is, you know, go hand in hand with your physical earthly life experience. They go hand in hand. You can't really advance, you won't advance physically if you're not advancing spiritually. Now, if you think they're separate, you're gonna have a rude awakening. Okay? And so many people have been living separate in that way. And on my own journey in this life video game experience, I have shifted a lot, my energy, my perspective, my mentality, my emotional intelligence, and I'm still, you know, growing and evolving. And once you get your energy to a certain calibration, in this life video game experience, you're gonna be met with a lot of opposition. The opposition is within you first, but then you're gonna trigger something in the simulation that is going to make aware your presence and your productivity, your performance in the game. So you're going to have to up your protection, up your awareness, up your how you maneuver, how you know, who you connect with, who you know, and things like that. It's very, very imperative. I am learning. And everyone don't play this life game the same. And that's the thing right there. Because you'll learn, like, damn, like, why it seemed like I'm not getting off this level, or I'm not advancing further beyond this level. And for a while it'll appear like you're where you need to be, because everyone else around you and everyone else you know they haven't really made a huge shift or elevation. But when they do, you're gonna look around and you're gonna be like, okay, what am I not doing, or what did I miss? And that's the key. That's the key. Because in the game of life, there are other players that are more aligned with you, that are more headed in the same direction. Might not be destination, and some very well might be. But it's up to you to be aware and to know. And one of the key components of this leveling up process is in your healing and your evolution and your growth. These are very, very much key components in this video game life experience. If you're not healing, if your mindset isn't shifting to a higher vibration, your emotional intelligence isn't shifting to a higher vibration, and you're still finding yourself staying in the same cycles of karma, having to repeat and replay same, you know, karma lessons that's leaving you at a very certain level, it can be very unfortunate and not so great for your experience in this game of life, is what I'm gathering. So and then when you're on this healing journey, it's very lonely, because healing is a rarity. Everyone's not doing it, and everyone you think is doing it is not doing it. And a lot of people can talk a good game and put it on and present themselves like, you know, and no, and it can, you know, it can just not be. And then you'll know, because you'll sense in the energy, because the energy and the vibes is not gonna lie. People can try to hide as much as they want. They can't hide. They can't hide what's truly and what's really going on in their energy. They can think and make it seem like, oh, you know, they have things under control or together, and it's like, no, because you can tell. You're always going to be able to tell, especially if you're really observant and you're really paying attention and you're really present and aware. You're going to be able to tell. People can try to fake it all they want. It's like you cannot fake and finesse the universe. The universe is always going to be moving energies around and shifting things around, you know. And if you're not moving and shifting with it, you know, things are gonna be made exposed and out in the open. But the key to this game, this life game situation, is to not find yourself on this repetitive cycle and pattern of being met with hitting rock bottom and having this devastation and this life catastrophe happen before you decide to do something different. Because once you understand the game and you're like, okay, I gotta level up, I gotta shift my mindset, I gotta shift my emotional intelligence, I gotta shift, all these things that make up and comprise my presence in this earthly plane, in this world, and to get in alignment with my purpose and who I was birthed and born to be, and what I came here to do and contribute to this grand, bigger picture scale of this collective consciousness and this collective experience we're all having. Everybody got to do their part. There's some people that are not here to do their part. Their part is to be in the way. Their part is to try to stop, delay, to prevent, and to hold back. And it's up to us to be aware of who these people and these energies are. Because, back to the video game concept. Yeah, in the video game, hey, you're going to have opposition, right? So these energies and these individuals will be your opposition. And that's why, I keep my spiritual artillery cocked back, aimed. Okay. I cock back, aim, and I shoot. I don't ask no questions. I don't play no games. I learned my lesson, just not to keep, these types of energies just lingering around my energetic proximity and in my orbit of my universe, my own personal universe. Like, no, you're not about to be around me and you on that fuck shit. No, I didn't come here to play with nobody, nothing. No, we're not doing that. So even if you might meet other characters in this video game life experience, you gotta see, okay, you have to determine and discern, okay, this character in the story or in the video game, or even in my story and in their story, you got to figure out who you are to them and who they are to you, and what you guys are meant to achieve and accomplish. Because some people are just come in, they just chime in into the storyline, just to help you level up or transform or transmute some energies that you have that's getting you where you need to go, to get you to your next level or get you to complete a level, or aka a life cycle or a season of your life. And it's up to you to be able to discern exactly why that's happening, or if and so forth that is happening. I hope that was clear. That didn't sound too clear. But it's up to you to just pretty much discern and pay attention and be aware and be present of who these characters are that come in, into your storyline, and then you to theirs. Because not everybody is meant to, we often hear and we know everyone's not meant to journey with you to the end. This is these characters that come in and chime in, just like in a video game. They come in and they're the journey with you for a level or for a couple levels, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that really that concept and idea really makes a lot of sense to me. So the objective and the goal is to continue to evolve, grow, and mature, and to heal so much to the point where you become so spiritually strong and untouchable by the opposition, by the opposing forces, the opposing energies, and also the energies within yourself, because you know a lot of these opposing energies are within first and foremost. And so the healing work and the shadow work is very, 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 very necessary and imperative, you know. And can't stress that enough. So yeah, because you gotta think about how it's gonna help you be a better person and a better player of this video game life experience, and how you navigate and how you connect with other players in this game of life experience. Because if you're finding yourself constantly having this like friction, or it's a tug of war thing, it's like pulling teeth, and it's like, you know, a combative thing, or it's just not an equally compatible, or you know, it just doesn't flow right, it just doesn't feel right, then there's a misalignment somewhere, and that is that needs to be figured out and got to the bottom of. But yeah, I really find this concept very interesting and very intriguing. And if you think about it, it'll make life easier to experience and to, you know, get through and experience, because you approach it with like a childlike, you know, excitement and enthusiasm. Because it's like you want to approach doing your shadow work and healing like it's a chore, or it's like, oh, I gotta do this thing, and it's really not, as you know, it's not strenuous, and it's really not that big of a deal. A lot of people make it seem, you know, it's just you reflecting and looking at yourself, and then they have these different like tools and activities that's available, like journaling and just introspecting, looking at doing a life review beginning in your childhood, you know. And then there's gonna be things that's gonna come up, you know, to the surface, like emotions, and you know, these things they have to come up. You just allow them to come up. Okay, you don't have to judge yourself or over judge yourself, and you know, things like that. And because the key is to not be so emotionally attached to this life game experience. You have to be initiated into becoming your own spiritual guru, and your own shaman, and your own healer, your own alchemist, to alchemize yourself, to be detached from the things that are, you know, so fixed and fixated in this earthly realm. You know, the materialism and the lusts and the hustling and the bustling and the chasing and the, you know, trying to stay above water and keep up with culture and you know, economic status, and just overall status, societal status, and I'm at a point where I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I used to be under the spell. I fell for it. I fell for it at once upon a time. And now I have no fucks. I'm trying to find some right now. I don't have any to give. I don't have, it's lint. When I go in my pocket, my pocketbook, my purse, my bag, I don't have no fucks to give about all this physical experience. yes, I'm navigating it properly to my benefit, and that's going to help me and get my bloodline where we need to go. But that's the objective, and that's the focus. I'm not, prior to, healing, I'm not as attached and just so, I gotta have this, or it's gotta look like this, it's gotta feel like this, and I don't give a fuck. And it feels so liberating. I feel so liberated and so free to be able to say that, and it be real to me, and it's true, and it's like, it just feels so good. I'm feeling it right now. It's like a warmth in my solar plexus chakra energetic point. It feels so good. It's like, I just don't care like I used to care. It's like what's for me and what's meant for me, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna experience it. It's already mine. It's already on its way to me. And now I can manifest and co-create with the universe and with my hidden helpers, and my spiritual MVPs in a way that is balanced and is well integrated and harmonized. And it's not, I'm not going beyond their moves, and I'm not moving too slow, and I'm not stagnant, and I'm aware, and I'm cognizant and discerning to know when it's time to make a move, when it's not time to make a move, when it's time to speak, when it's not time to speak, when it's time to express, and when it's not time to express, when it's time to, I'm very present now in that sense, and I don't feel like just overly anxious and just I gotta be doing, like, I'm not just busy for no fucking reason. There's too many humans on the planet that are just moving and busy and just they don't even, with no fucking direction or purpose. It's like, sit your ass down, like, lovingly, like, respectfully, lovingly, with the love of the divine. Like, come on, slow down, love. Like, where you going? Slow down. Like, you going nowhere fast. And it's like, for what? Because you're so attached, and you feel like you gotta be doing something, like, and the divine and most high, like, no, love, calm down, sit down, let me talk to you, let me rap with you right quick, let's have a conversation. You haven't hit me up in a long time. We haven't spoken in a long time, or ever, in this, since you've been out here in this earthly realm. You have not visited me. Just, a lot, so many just need to just stop, pause, calm down, observe, take a look at everything, look at the bigger picture of this whole experience, this life game simulated experience, and then do a life review, look at everything, it's not easy, and if it was so easy, everybody would be doing it, but everybody's not. And then it's gonna take something very detrimental, catastrophic, and devastating for so many to get to a point where they will sit their ass down and do this introspection and this life review and this shadow work healing process. You got to see the bigger picture of how all this comes together and creates the whole thing, the whole bigger picture of this whole experience. You have to realize how all of this is interconnected and intertwined together. They're not separated. They're not separate. Even though we've been conditioned, and the whole trick and the deception was to make us think that, that don't mean anything. Just go to work, just make money, just chase the bag, just get to it, just, lay with this one, lay with that one, just how many bodies you got on your belt, and you know, get your sex game up, you know, and put this on and put that on, and who got the fresh this, who got the fresh, who gives a fuck? That shit don't matter. And so many have to leave and exit out the game, the life game experience, exit out this realm, so they get on the another dimension to fucking realize, oh damn, I played the game wrong. Fuck, can I go back? I gotta do it over. I want to do it over. Can I get a do-over? Please, Most High, Divine Source Creator, can I please get a do-over? I fucked up. So many feel like that right now in this moment, and so many feel like that, have felt like that, and will feel like that. There are some players who are just mere distractions. They're just mere distractions. They've been properly planted and inserted into the life game experience to distract you off your path of purpose and destiny and greatness. Of you elevating and getting you and all your genetic makeup that makes you who you are, and your bloodline and your ancestry that's connected to all that you are, is to get you off course and off path of what you incarnated here to do. And it's up to you to properly discern who and what that is. It starts on the inside of you. You got to see all these flaws and these mishaps and these imbalances that you have, and these mental health things, these emotional health things that make you imbalanced, so that you can't show up as your best player. You're your best player. You're your number one player in this game of life, this video game experience. So you got to get your player, just like in the video game, how they have like all these skins and outfits, and you know, they gain all these powers, and you know, they collect all these items and things that make you got to get the player to be its best player. And then you connect with other players then they're operating in their best and highest, you know, representation, in their presentation. I'm telling you, it's like a video game. This shit is so interesting. Like, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It's like a video game. Like, yo, and then you approach life with such a lightheartedness. It's not so heavy and dense and drab and stressful, and like, and I know it can get like that. I've been there, you know. But now I have a whole new perspective. I'm like, ooh, it's a video game. Like, ooh, like what I'm gonna do next? Like, yo, and you know what I'm saying? Then you got, you know, these other players, and these ones that's been inserted as the distraction or as the opposition or whatever. And you know, the ones that are the trolls, the haters, whatever, the soulless ones, the ones that aren't really connected, or the ones that are just overly tainted. You know, the NPCs, the non-playable characters. That's what NPC stands for, non-playable characters. So they don't have individuality. They're not connected to the source. And so, you know, they hate on the ones that are the playable characters, that are connected and tapped in the source. And you know, they do all these diabolical, evil, wicked tactics and shenanigans. And you got to be able to discern and see who these beings are in this life game simulation experience. Yo, it's pretty interesting. It can be wild. It can be really wild, but it's fun. It's fun. And always just remind yourself of that. Like, you know, life is this video game. How am I playing this game? Every component, the mental, the psychological component, the emotional component, the physical component, the financial component, the social and relational component, all these components that make up this experience that we're having. Approach it all like a video game, and your growth is causing you to level up in the game. Your healing and your growth, and it's, man, when you really think about it like that, it's like, yo, this is, why I didn't think about this before. You know, some are just, you know, they're playing. Some are playing and they're not playing it at all because they're not approaching it like a video game or just a game in general. But I really feel the video game is very fitting. Very fitting. So that's something to definitely think about and consider in your experience. You know? So I really hope that these thoughts and this idea and concept really gave you a better, clear concept and approach to life. And now you can approach it with a childlike innocence and, you know, excitement. And if not, that's okay too. I'm going to sign off now and see you guys later on the next one. I send you all love and light, joy, happiness, and prosperity, and peace and harmony on your own journey from my heart chakra to yours, and with the love and light of the divine source creator of all. So continue to be the most healed, highest versions of you, and continue to alchemize your best self so that you can level up in this video game life simulated experience and alchemize your best life because you deserve it. Okay? Alright. I'm Be The Alchemist again. I appreciate you spending some time with me, and I appreciate the love and